pesky little birds. I have never met such low IQ people. Low IQ. I even confronted the Portage County Sheriffs. Placing agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life, and they have to speak to everyone before they start. Support the amendment, yes. Or you can look or listen, yes. So you can't go in and Photoshop shower scenes, date rape, drug somebody with amnesia drugs, and tell them to say something stupid. And they only have bruises, and that's not funny. No coerced confession is admissible. Neither is a legal search and seizure. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. Failure to notify for initiating speaking to the other person in the home is abuse and misconduct, and failure to protect is abuse and misconduct goes into the right of privacy, a legal search and seizure. It's 5 years for a cop to say they were in my home. I have turned this into the Department of Justice. Let a cop put his name on it. Because they're denying it because they don't want to go to jail. October 5th, 21, Huntington Bank, Cleveland Avenue by Fishers, 1:53 p.m. Behind me and my client, I'm going, I know I'm listening and I'm going to end this. That's okay. They knew they made everything up. They didn't want anybody to help her. It's like, shut up. And my client's like, who's that crazy Melissa? I said, oh, my ex-daughter-in-law, friends with the girlfriend of my ex-husband, sat me up some lies and the police got him. Telling the kids to go. He's like, she's crazy. In front of my other client last March. They were talking about Melissa's lies in the gas station because they sold the protected light case by Thanksgiving of 18. Thanksgiving of 18, they got caught stating they wanted the house for Auntie Cheryl and Papa and Grandma needs to get out, and later on to Flora, that they made everything up. As Officer John on January 12, 22, met Coons at the door, where those kids get caught stating they made everything up. They documented me games of pretend as a Maslin police with them. I don't think their shower scene in the other room is funny. Now we can go over that one again too, since people are going to be slow. Okay, March 2nd to the 3rd, 21, 8 to 10:30 at night, the car got them from the protected light case. They were going to put two clips together, put me in a barn. It's not me, it's them. And then they started saying weird and all kinds of crazy stuff, and I thought it was somebody else's body and my head on it, clips together. Then the way they were describing it, it's like, that's washing. Yeah, it's like, touch myself like that showering. I walk outside, they're laughing at me. She figured out what they did. May 12th, 22, Papa's Restaurant, noon. Several police departments are driving by. We found a tape of those boys admitting a shower scene in the other room. Now that's funny. May 26th, 22, at KFC in Bellman. The attorney had it set up so it looked like she was weird with herself, and they can't use it because some idiot man told them. It's like, thank you for verifying that. Okay. March 24, 22, my neighbor Amy heard him admit to framing me before. He framed her before. Yeah, they framed her before. Shame on you. I know. I wish me when I died. Those people who raped her. She's like, I thought my husband was out. Where they sold the log hair clear out on Turkish Street. The neighbors were complaining that they were their pastor meant to framing me. Okay. Now, there was even an African American lady said she was going to store money in November. December 2nd or 3rd in Save-A-Lot on Whipple came in and told everybody in there that they found out that they made all that up. My other client that lives on Shepler Church Road in Navarre, next door neighbor, the first week I moved in, they told her Judge P photoshopped everything and she's told the camp police and investigators. December 9th, 21, 4 p.m. at a Oakland apartment maintenance man. They told him all the tapes before were them and not me, and there's just a bunch of men doing crimes. Everything started in Photoshop, he told investigators and the camp police. Same day, Starr County Hunger Task Force, 9th Street. White man bald with dark eyes, distributing food, came, he actually worked the case. White man bald with dark eyes, come out, they got cameras in there. Came out, told everybody, we always knew the tapes before were them and not her. So we never said a word. He talked to the camp police and investigators too. They're looking for some guy named Mary, trying to help him get away with this. Okay, November 24, 21, Altman Stat Care Emergency Room on Wales Road, 8:40 in the morning. I'm in there with my client. A masculine officer comes in uniform. I'm here to watch it. There's a Steve and Eric stalking her. We don't know who they are yet. It's finally got funny after everything they did. Nothing's admissible. Alright, May 25th, 21, 6 p.m. Got 2 witnesses on my phone. The crew talking about the church people breaking in before dragging me in, telling me to say weirdo stuff where I had bruises, and I got sick on drinks. My old client told my neighbors, Jim and Brian, it was too dark for him. 8-9 first thing in the morning of 21, apartment building for me, second close to the fence. Ratted out, Dave told the police a few days later, 1295 Fairlawn. Screamed at a little white lady in the little apartment, talked to several people. January 1922, the Department of Disability on Whipple Avenue, tape and audio, and the Canton police are in there. They came in and told them they already knew the tapes are that I was drugged and told to say it. They're like, somebody needs to help her, or Canton's been all over it. And they've been around for all this other crazy stuff. June 7th is my birthday of this year. Out here on Turkey Street, across the way, Splitvo, there's one of the Canton officers, a white lady with blonde hair and white SUV lady. She told them, we already know the tapes before with them and not her, and we're looking for who's doing it. They had no right in my home. You can't kick somebody's door in, and they haven't even moved in, and start stalking them and break in and date rape, drug them, and lie. You have sodium pentothal reports as attempted murder. Stalking and kidnapping. Have you all lost your fucking minds? I think they have. I think that a cult has it, and that retired judge has lost their fucking minds and their friends. I think they have lost their fucking minds. If the real law would have had a problem with me, nobody would ever know. They would just knock on the door and ask me questions. Nobody did. Why? Because it wasn't the real law. Okay? And if there is Portage County Sheriff's involved for the retired judge, none of them are admitting to it. I went up to the Portage County Sheriff's to confront them. Miss Hall, we have no knowledge of what you're saying. What those people are saying to you is illegal. I said, police and agencies can only be in a home under threat of life. Have to speak to everyone before they start. And he said, yes. I said, or you can't look or listen. Yes. And I told him about the shower scene. Can't police being involved. I also told him about the drugs and told to say stuff and who all went to the places. Mouth dropped up, and what you are saying is illegal. We do not have any knowledge, nor would any of our officers ever be in your home outside of protected life. I said with the statements, yes. Or we could, I said you could look or listen, yes. I said, and so, where the hell did they think they had the right to kick in my door before I moved in, Photoshop a shower scene? And even my one client, last January, he's like, Karen, this is crazy. He said, people coming up and telling you that they've drugged you and told you to say it, and they've admitted to raping you in front of people. I'm like, stay out of it. I'll tell the police. Because when I go to the police, don't worry about it. We can never look or listen. They're looking for who's behind it. Where does this occult think any of this is funny? I had 2 men walk by my apartment last month. We told her not to say anything. Okay? And besides what they did to her, do we have anything on her? No. Is there anything we can use? Not really. Can we get her later? No, not really. There's nothing. It's because I'm boring without those assholes. Yeah. Could I have these guys break in their homes? Watch them Photoshop a shower scene. They wake up with a bruise and they have a date rape drug confession and us use it against them? Or we go to jail for being fucking stupid criminals? Answered. You go to jail. Because you victimized me. Real police cannot give out names, date, or information of anything in the case. They can't slander you either. That's a big lawsuit. They can't be in your home. It's like, who wants to fucking go to jail? They run around. Don't say it. Tell her not to say it. Who? The crazy ex-daughter-in-law in it with the retired judge that are Looney Tunes, druggers, killers. Yeah. Playing Bunny and the Pop people. Fatal Attraction. And that a call. August 11th to 22. Apartment building informed me their defense. They told them they didn't want anything to do with it. That's just that family doing it to me. Retired Judge Pete needs to get over that my ex-husband used his pathetic, sorrowful ass, his pathetic slime family, thinking they were going to marry that fat, ugly girl off. And he used them and their money and dumped them. And someone needs to arrest this dumbass. Because I told you, October 2nd to the 3rd, 21, Mercy Medical. I haven't protected white people from the case. They're out there talking to the Canton officer. All these people are lying on her. She's an informant. He's like, I'll make sure that no one says anything to her. I go in and some mean kids are making fun of me for being raped inside the hospital. Okay? My client and I go to Walmart West Tusk soon after. And they're in there complaining. It was Will's mean kids making fun of her for being raped. Well, why they do it? Because they're friends. And then I got to thinking, where August 10th, 11th, or 22, well, we're in 62, Dragonhead mother starts following me around by the hair salon. It's funny what's going on. We call Will and explain Michelle. He said, I'm no way ever help her. And I told you how mean he was. Calling me a liar when I tried to give him evidence. Threatened to arrest me if I didn't say I was lying. That's like the mom threatening to break your legs if trying to tell. Oh, yeah, I'll protect you, but you tell someone how much she cares. You can't leave somebody with no way out. That is the setup. And then he acknowledged the girlfriend. Do you know if he has a girlfriend? I was like, I don't know. Some guy's rambling on. Said, she doesn't know. Stop. See, that's where that Canton officer even told the teenagers over there. They already knew that agent was corrupt. He didn't want to bother. That was a setup. I turned this into the Department of Justice, by the way. Y'all want to go to jail for opening your damn mouth. People last year, anybody stupid enough to participate in this. Stupid. You can't break in somebody's house and stalk them. Even Officer Reinhardt of Louisville, we could never look or listen. It'd be illegal to. No, when it comes down to this, even the FBI couldn't be in your home for Will took your statement, agreed to protect you. They couldn't even be in your home. And he had to do that by Will. And that cop had to talk to Dave the next day. So, yeah, and in the meantime, they found all the kids lying for the pathetic, sorrowful ass Judge Pete and his pathetic slime family that think they can pay anybody off. And then have people giggle behind their back, then try to extort money if you date, rape, drug, or Photoshop somebody while you stalk them in their home. It's called attempted murder. Who wants to go to jail for this? Oh, they forgot to tell him. They have that phone call from Terry where I didn't hang up, but I thought I was getting the girlfriend of the church was taking him $25,000 to have me murdered because Mom wants me dead. Because I got well the year his kid died. It was Keith Bishop, Stranger Mom. They actually have that. They forgot to tell you they have Dave's conversation that him and Jack had this plan since March because they wouldn't give up everything willingly. Oh, and him bragging that his new girlfriend's family owned the police and I wouldn't be able to stand. And him holding me down, how he hired a man to slit my throat, stab me in the heart, and shoot me if I ran. They forgot to tell you they have them nailed. Right? Did they forget something? I don't want to hear about their crimes. And no officer would ever be stupid enough to lose his badge and look at a legal search and seizure if it is not attached to a special protected light case that they all can look up in the main database with our statements. They can't look or listen. See, my tapes from my phone come from carrying around the house. State case with that agent to cover his ass. All this shit, blah, 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 blah. And he had a cop talk today per requirements of justice. And then September 27th, 18th. He's found innocent of everything. All this shit was wiped out in 18 and 19. I'm fed up with it. If a real police officer had something to say to me, they would never know. They just knock on my door. It's the only thing legal. Nobody did. Why? Because it's a retired judge and his pathetic friends and had a cult. And someone needs to arrest him.